attempt to sanitize his name and defend his nomination as Cabinet Secretary for National Security and Internal Affairs, Professor Kindiki openly distanced himself from police brutality witnessed in the recent protests. Speaking during the vetting at the County Hall in Parliament buildings, Kindiki seemingly shifted the blame to the then Inspector General of Police Japheth Kome, terming police brutality an operation issue and not policy issue within his mandate. James Baraka, status of tonight.
I, Kindiki, do swear that
for more than 2 hours, former Cabinet Secretary of Security and Internal Affairs Professor Kindiki sat on the hot seat in front of the Parliamentary Committee to not only defend his appointment, but also to account for the happenings in his docket for the last 20 months.
I was in office for 21 months, 623 days. I can account for each and every day.
Speaking at the vetting, Kindiki did not shy off from admonishing and separating himself from the instances of police brutality where excessive force was used to maim and kill protesters who are advocating for better leadership, claiming that the police is an independent body.
So there's a feeling that the National Police response to protest is stuck in the old way of doing things. So the question is, to what extent do you think ministerial responsibility for the brutality meted on Kenyans by security organs? At what level do you think you can take responsibility for that?
The events the Honorable Member is referring to were mainly operational issues. There are only two people who can give the Inspector General of Police directives. First, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, but only on policy issues. Even beyond the police having independent operational command, the issue of the use of firearms by a police officer is individual.
We did see that the Inspector General of Police resigned. Do you think that as a CS, you should not also have taken responsibility, political responsibility for that failure that the resignation confirms, and also either resigned or declined the appointment?
Ministers don't instruct operations, they instruct policy. I can only resign if my policy instruction is unconstitutional or illegal.
Additionally, Kindiki promised that the issue of identification cards will be addressed fully despite the controversy related to the Maisha card.
Let's take into account that an ID in this country is everything.
We will make sure that we anticipate and put in place a rapid response initiative where you deploy additional facilities, additional service points, additional personnel, even if it's on a temporary basis, at a time when many of these IDs will be expiring. But by and large, the old ID, the expired ID should work until when the state gives you a new one.
The fate of Kindiki, who has a law degree from Moi University, master's degree in international human rights and democracy, and a PhD in international law from the University of Pretoria, South Africa, now lies in the hands of the committee tasked with the vetting of nominated cabinet secretaries. Ivy Masharia, KUTV.